Hey everybody, sorry for being a few minutes late. I was getting the polls ready and everything, so that took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. And we have a bunch of people in the chat, and I'm super stoked that you guys are here. Shout out to, wow, there's been a lot of chat happening. Zach Armstrong, James, Sean Dixon, of course, Max Tech Studios, Anthony Gomez, all the people, Joey Okazaki, yay. So happy you guys are on here. So if you guys have been tuning in the last few weeks, I have been doing kind of a series on Would You Rather, comparing the carriers up against each other. So today is the final one of the major carriers. Sorry, my glasses are really wonky. I apologize if that is annoying any of my neat freaks out there. Anyways, today is the official tiebreaker to decide would you rather, the official winner, right? So the first one was AT&T versus Verizon, and AT&T won would you rather. The next one was T-Mobile versus Verizon, and T-Mobile won. And today is T-Mobile versus AT&T, and I imagine there are some artists. I'm not going to say what my opinion is because I don't want to sway you guys, but I have an idea of what's going to go down. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. A bunch of you guys are saying that AT&T is definitely going to win. Some people are still commenting on my glasses. I know, you guys, it's a rough day. It's a glasses kind of day. You know, when you don't want to put contacts in and you just decide to put on your glasses. Yeah, that's today's day. So thanks, Abel. But I can take the heat. It's fine. Okay, so first I want to do some like housekeeping stuff. We did launch a dream job. Whistle Out did. So if you haven't watched that video yet on the channel, then go ahead and scoot on over to the channel after this and watch it. We're looking to hire a chief adventure officer, and we're going to pay one person $1,000 to go explore their state. And we're going to give that person a smartphone of their choice. And it is a job. You have to fill out a W-9 and everything. And it's a whole thing. So if you're interested in applying for that dream job, check it out on my page at whistleout.com, and we'll get you in the running for this perfect chief adventure dream job. Okay, let's see. So how we've done this in the past, or last week, I'm going to do the same thing I did last week. And so let me share my screen with y'all. Here we go. So I go through, I have a bunch of questions up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 questions. Okay. So I have 14 questions to go through. Normally my live streams are about like 45 minutes or so. So in about 45 minutes, we'll go over 14 questions and we'll decide who the winner is. And then I have this really fun score sheet I just made on Photoshop that I'll be keeping score on. So if T-Mobile wins, then we'll move it up 1 for T-Mobile. If AT&T wins, then we'll move it back for AT&T. And if you're also new to my channel, you know that I live by a train track. So sometimes trains scoot on by. So I apologize for that noise. I need to get some better mic equipment up in here. But for now, this is all we got. So I want to go over, let's start with the first question. Question number 1. I do want to see some guesses in here. Arthur is saying T-Mobile's going to win. Let's see. Adrian says T-Mobile. I just switched to T-Mobile from Verizon. Max Tech Studio says I'd probably do an AT&T SIM card. Okay, cool. Let's just get right into it, Max Tech. Let's do it. So you guys, would you rather have framed on your wall? This is just a fun one. We're going to do a bunch of fun ones that lead up to some more serious ones. Shout out to Sets and Doggett, who supplied a bunch of these questions for our Would You Rather last week. I definitely am recycling them. So if you're new to this stream, a few of you said you're new, I normally just post the link to the straw poll in the chat. You guys can click the link, and then we can talk about the results as they come in. But would you rather have an AT&T SIM card framed as artwork or a T-Mobile SIM card framed as artwork? And basically, these SIM cards are not super exciting. They're basically just blue and pink with a bunch of writing and numbers on them. So do you want a pink framed SIM card or a blue framed SIM card? Last week, I chose T-Mobile because I am more of a fan of pink than I am red over Verizon, and I'm just going to choose pink again. I'm going to choose T-Mobile. Although it's not super pink, it's more of lots of numbers and stuff on there, but it's fine. I'm still going to vote T-Mobile. And let's see these results. We got a bunch of votes in already. Thanks, guys, for being super proactive. This is great. We have some people saying AT&T in the comments. Edison, Brandon says AT&T, and Evan says Magenta. Yes, let's see. Stetson did come up with this one. Stetson came up with a few of them, but they're so good that I am recycling them. And he said I could reuse them. So thank you, Stetson. Okay, so we got 6 votes to 5. T-Mobile in the lead for would you rather have it as a framed, whose SIM card would you rather have as framed artwork? T-Mobile is in the lead. And T-Mobile is pulling ahead. So, I'll wait out for a little bit longer. I'll highlight some comments. Adrian is saying T-Mobile. I'll wait for about 30 more seconds, see if any last-minute votes come in. But if not, then we will take T-Mobile as the winner, and we'll move up the score sheet. Let's see. It looks like someone says neither. They are still with Sprint. Then to that, I say to you, get off of Sprint. Switch. Okay, we're going to take off the auto refresh, and we're going to say T-Mobile won with 7 votes to 6. Here we go. And sorry, this should have been on 0. My bad, you guys. We're starting it on 0, and we're going to move it up 1 for T-Mobile. T-Mobile has officially won the first of 14 polls. Let's go on to the next one. Would you rather take AT&T traveling abroad or T-Mobile traveling abroad? Now, I am pretty sure T-Mobile's traveling perks are a bit stronger than AT&T's. However, I have traveled with AT&T and it works just fine for me too with the places I go. So for that reason, I am going to say I'm choosing AT&T. I also have AT&T as my personal carrier, so I might be a little biased, but I'm still choosing AT&T. So who would you rather take abroad, T-Mobile or AT&T? T-Mobile has some seriously great perks for traveling abroad, like all over the world. Now, if we're just talking Canada or Mexico, then they're 6s. So take that however you want. But 6 votes to 4, AT&T to T-Mobile. Let's see. Max Tech is saying I'd do AT&T because of the coverage. And let's see what Marco is saying. In 2 years or less, T-Mobile will be a big problem to Verizon and AT&T. That is an interesting statement. I would like to see how that turns out. Oh, my auto refresh, you guys. We got 7 votes to 4 for AT&T traveling abroad. I am surprised. I really thought T-Mobile was going to pull ahead on this one. Yeah, James is saying T-Mobile. I'm a little biased because I have AT&T and it works just fine for me abroad, but the T-Mobile is known for their perks abroad. So yeah, James, T-Mobile. Izzy is saying AT&T. We got 9 votes to 5. And since this one's a little bit, there's more people voting in this one, we'll let this go a little bit longer. But if not, then I think AT&T wins. And I am going to take off the auto refresh. And yeah, even in the comments, more people are saying AT&T. So we're moving the counter. Whoops. We're moving the counter back down to 0. So we're tied again. Let's move on to the next question, you guys. I love it. There's 31 of us in here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support. I have a bunch of new videos coming out this week. So if you haven't yet, subscribe so you can get those notifications. Okay, this is another fun one. Would you rather sit in on a C-suite executive meeting at AT&T or T-Mobile? So C-suite being CEO, I don't know, chief executive officer, chief financial advisor, whatever, any of the head positions in the company. AT&T or T-Mobile, which would you rather be in? I said T-Mobile last week because I feel like T-Mobile just has a little bit more fun overall in the company. And I think I'm going to switch it up to AT&T this week because AT&T has been doing a lot of stuff lately with upgrading their towers, getting fiber rolling out, getting, switching up to HBO Max, switching up all their offerings. I'd be really intrigued to see what goes on in there. T-Mobile hasn't done hasn't done things differently lately. So I'm going to say AT&T. and we shall see what you guys all say. AT&T and T-Mobile, it's tied. So if we end up in a tie on any of these, then I just won't move the counter. We'll keep the counter where it's at, but I would prefer to not end in a tie. Obviously, I want one winner to pull ahead. I want there to be an ultimate winner, because whoever wins this one between AT&T and T-Mobile by the end of the live stream, that's who's going to get to be the overall winner in this series. So AT&T and T-Mobile are tied 1-1 in these comparisons we've been doing for Would You Rather. So I don't want it to end in a tie. I need one or the other to pull ahead so we can have this be official. Would you rather AT&T or Verizon, or AT&T or T-Mobile? And again, it's 7-7. Even after my long spiel about how I don't want it to end in a tie, it ends in a tie. Let's see. Adrian says T-Mobile. If you guys want to tell me why you voted the way you did in the comments, I'd love to highlight your comments. Like, tell me why you would want to sit in on a C-suite meeting at AT&T or T-Mobile. Anthony says, I feel like T-Mobile would give out cake on Magenta Day. I don't know. Well, that's really random, but sure. I would hope they would give out cake. I would hope AT&T would give out cake too. I don't know. Zach says T-Mobile because they're more fun. Jim says T-Mobile would be more fun to listen to. I am going to take the comments into consideration here because this keeps ending up in a tie, and I don't love that. But all over in the comments for this, T-Mobile is winning, but AT&T just pulled ahead in the vote. So if it ends in a tie, I'll take the comments into consideration, but if it doesn't, then I'll use this as the official winner. So I'm going to say, I'm going to pause it now because we've been on this for a second. I've just been lollygagging, trying to spend some time so it doesn't end in a tie, but AT&T pulled ahead. So we will choose AT&T for the winner here, moving it up 1. So AT&T is officially in the lead. Woo! Okay. I have no dog and no horse in this race, so I don't really care who wins. This isn't sponsored. This is really, I'm just curious how you guys feel. I obviously do have AT&T as my personal carrier, so overall I like them just a little bit better. However, I'm going to try and be as unbiased as possible. Let's go on to the next one. If you could be CEO for a day, would you rather be CEO of AT&T or T-Mobile? If you want to tell me why you choose one or the other, let me know in the comments why, and I will highlight your comment. Also, if you're in the replay gang rewatching this, let me know in the comments which you would rather do, which you would rather be. Honestly, I'm going to say T-Mobile because T-Mobile just seems like they do have a lot more fun. Someone said that before about the executive meetings. But if I could be the CEO for a day, I would be it for T-Mobile, because T-Mobile CEOs tend to have zero, like, nobody can rein them in. They can say whatever they want on social media. They can throw all the burns. They can make fun of all the people without any really backlash. And I think that just seems fun. So I would choose T-Mobile. And y'all are on my side there. 6 votes to 3, T-Mobile. Who would you rather be CEO of for the day, AT&T or T-Mobile? And T-Mobile is in the lead. J.R. Cohen says T-Mobile. Edison says T-Mobile. Yeah, Zach Armstrong agrees with me. T-Mobile CEOs have no filter. Never have, never will. Yes. 8 votes to 3. We'll wait a few more seconds to see if any more people throw in a last-second vote. Arthur says they just seem more fun. I agree. I think T-Mobile's CEOs just have a little bit more fun than the other CEOs. But that is just one YouTuber's opinion over here. And T-Mobile keeps pulling away with the lead, so 9 votes to 3. I don't think AT&T is going to come back from this. So we're, again, going to move the counter. I'm going to pause the auto refresh, and we're going to move the counter back to 0. I really don't want this to end in a tie, but we have like 10 more questions to go through. So let's go on to the next one. Would you rather work for AT&T or T-Mobile? I'm intrigued with this one. Now, last week there were a few different answers here. So people were saying they would rather work for Verizon because the coverage, there's more coverage, which probably means there might be less people complaining or calling into call centers or whatever, less annoyed customers than T-Mobile. I think I would rather work for AT&T for that reason. AT&T's coverage and service is a little bit better than T-Mobile's, so I would like to assume they have less problems to deal with than T-Mobile customer support or working at a T-Mobile store. So I say AT&T. I know many of you are tempted to say none of the above because that is an option that was thrown out last week that we should have added that, but I'm making you guys choose. If I have to choose, you have to choose. I'm not going to let you have a cop-out answer of none of the above. That doesn't work in this. Let's see. T-Mobile, everyone would rather work at T-Mobile than AT&T. I am in the minority vote here. I am not surprised because last week T-Mobile won that question as well. 8 votes to 6, T-Mobile, AT&T. Adrian, because of coverage. Same over here. I would rather work AT&T because of the coverage as well. 7 to 8, AT&T is making a comeback because this is a tight race. We'll let it simmer for a little bit longer. Who did you guys vote for? Type it in the chat. I want to know. I'm intrigued to hear who you voted for. 8 to 7 still, T-Mobile, and I am going to end it and say officially T-Mobile won this one. And we're moving the counter back up to 1. And you know what? Last week we had this problem where I put way too many numbers on the counter. And I just didn't have time to take these numbers away and make my scorecard look semi-cute. So we're not even going to get past 4 or 5 on either side, I don't think. And that's okay. We'll just be chilling in the 0, 1, 2, 3 range, I'm sure. Okay, so T-Mobile won that last one. My screen is going crazy. Here we go. T-Mobile won that last one. Let's move on to the next question. Would you rather, this one's similar but different, same but different, okay? Would you rather be a call center employee at AT&T or T-Mobile? And I am so tempted to just not answer this one at all. But I'm going to say the same answer for myself. I'm going to say AT&T. I have no reason to say either of these. I don't call customer support that often, so I don't really know what it's like to deal with them or how happy or annoying they are. But I'm just saying AT&T for no reason in particular. And so if that's, Zach Armstrong says AT&T customer service sucks. Well, then I will work for AT&T and up their customer service game. I will just make it a better place to be. Adrian B is consistently voting the same way as me, and I appreciate that. Diversity Unity World says AT&T as well. But it looks like nobody else really says AT&T in the actual straw poll, so okay. Jim Green says T-Mobile, less pressure. 8 votes to 4, T-Mobile to AT&T. Which call center would you rather work at? Edison Swazo says T-Mobile because they respond right away. So you just think T-Mobile's system is a little bit better than AT&T's, so that's why you'd want to work at T-Mobile. Zach, yeah, I know. T-Mobile won this one. Yeah, we're going to just turn off the auto refresh. No way AT&T is catching back up to T-Mobile. T-Mobile has 70% of the vote. And we're going to stop it there. 10 votes to 4. And T-Mobile moves up again to the 1 range. And we're moving on to the next one. Shout out to all 36 of us watching. Thanks for hopping on today, guys. I appreciate it. So this one, if you could only use 5G for either carrier, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty stuff. We're through all the fun questions. We're getting into the real shiz now, okay? If you could only use AT&T 5G or T-Mobile 5G, which would you rather use? Now let's go over this real quick. AT&T has basically low band and high band 5G, right? They don't have much mid band, whereas T-Mobile has more mid-band than low or high band. So there's cons and pros to each of them. I'm going to say AT&T. I'm going to say AT&T because AT&T has a ton of coverage in my area when it comes to 5G. And in fact, I mostly only use 5G, not even the 5GE, but the actual 5G. And I have tested out AT&T's 5G Plus, and it's pretty impressive. So that's why I'm saying AT&T. But I mean, if T-Mobile is better in your area, then you'll probably choose T-Mobile for this. And AT&T has lost. Evan says T-Mobile because they have more potential. Okay. J.R. Cohen, T-Mobile because they're expanding quickly. You guys all have really good answers as to why you're saying T-Mobile or AT&T, and I appreciate that. Diversity says T-Mobile. Wow, T-Mobile is absolutely crushing this one. AT&T's LTE is still really good. For sure, their LTE is great, but we're talking strictly if you could only use 5G, would you only use T-Mobile's or AT&T's? Which would you rather only have? It looks like T-Mobile is pulling way far ahead, but we've just had a few more people enter the live stream, so I'm intrigued to see how that number changes. You guys are crushing it in the chat. I'm going to copy this link in there one more time for all the newcomers hopping in. Well, there's a bunch, but broke over 40. So we're still T-Mobile in the lead, 9 votes to 4, total of 13 votes. T-Mobile because they have N41 in your area. Yeah, that makes sense. I could totally see that. Ivan, T-Mobile. Okay, I get it, you guys. We don't like AT&T 5G. We're fans of T-Mobile 5G. Okay. Oh, but AT&T is catching up. So I'm going to see if I can talk a little bit longer and see if this changes any much more. Arthur, T-Mobile. I meant to click Marco's comment. T-Mobile is moving fast to rural areas as well. They are. Yeah. Okay, yeah. AT&T is not going to catch up. We're going to give this one again. We're going to give the W to T-Mobile here on our scorecard. So let's move it up to 2. T-Mobile is officially in the lead, up 2 points to AT&T. Let's go on to the next question. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 questions left. So there is a lot of room left on this scorecard for lots of movement. Let's check it out. This one's a fun one. It is my question that I came up with, and I like it a lot. Shout out to me for coming up with this question. Would you rather use AT&T fiber for home internet or T-Mobile's wireless home internet for your home broadband use? There's mixed reviews here, right? Because AT&T has fiber, and that's really impressive. And if it works theoretically like as good as it's supposed to work, fiber is great. But I've heard pretty good things about T-Mobile wireless. But if I had a choice between fiber or a wireless internet, you can bet your bottom I'm choosing AT&T's fiber. So I'm going to choose AT&T here. And AT&T is just outside of my range here in my house, so I don't get to choose from either of them. I have Cox Internet. But yeah, I'm intrigued to hear what you guys have to say. AT&T, 7 votes to 4. AT&T making a comeback. Yeah, Brandon, AT&T because fiber is way better. Thank you, Evan. I agree. AT&T fiber is direct to your home. Yes. I think that means you voted for AT&T. Edison, AT&T for sure. T-Mobile, you just want to try it. That's fair. If you just are voting for it because you just are intrigued by it, that's a fair answer, definitely. Oh, I haven't put auto refresh on. 10 votes to 4. AT&T finally won one. Jack is saying low latency too with the fiber. Yeah, all around, I think fiber is just a better option than going with an somewhat unknown and untested wireless home internet from T-Mobile. I hear lots of ups and downs from T-Mobile wireless. So I'm going to go with AT&T for the win here. 11 votes to 4. We're going to turn off this auto refresh and move the counter back down. So T-Mobile is only up by 1, and we have about 6 questions left. So let's push through. Okay. Would you rather have HBO Max, which is AT&T's streaming perk, or would you rather have Netflix, which is T-Mobile's perk? I would so much rather prefer to have HBO than Netflix, so that is my vote. This isn't even necessarily a carrier specific. It's just like, which one would you rather? Would you rather have free HBO Max or free Netflix? And so far, 2 people have agreed with me, or 1 person has agreed with me because I'm one of those votes. HBO Max is in the lead. I just dropped the poll in the chat, so you guys can click on it and answer it. And coming through in the chat, we got a lot of people agreeing with me, and we so far have a 100% vote. Oh, someone broke the 100%. I was going to be so stoked on a whole 100% vote. And people are voting for Netflix here. Let's see. Christopher Key says Netflix. I have HBO and can't find anything I want to watch. That's fair. The reason I like HBO though is because they have all the new releases. Not all, but many new releases coming out on HBO Max. So you don't have to go into a movie theater. Unless you like a movie theater, then maybe HBO Max isn't that cool. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Alex Lopez, those same day movie releases do it for me. You put that much more succinctly than I did. Thank you for that. J.R. Cohen. I like to have both, but HBO Max has great movies on there. And I agree with that. Zach Armstrong says neither. Okay. Party pooper over here. Joey Okazaki, I get them both. I don't use Netflix at all anymore. So yeah, HBO Max is heavily in the lead. I haven't seen any question that we've done over the last 3 weeks win out as heavily as this one is winning out right now. So I'm going to turn off the auto refresh. No way Netflix is catching up. Sorry, T-Mobile stands. AT&T won this one. Oh, we just got one more Netflix vote right when I turned it off. So, but AT&T still won. I'm going to go with that for sure. Okay. And we're back down to 0. So we're on even ground again, even footing between AT&T or T-Mobile. Would you rather? It is currently a tie, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions left. So let's get to it. Lots of new faces and names on here that I haven't seen before. If you're new to my channel, thanks for subscribing and hopping on and talking telecom with me. Okay, this one is AT&T prepaid or T-Mobile prepaid. But before you vote, I want to put in the disclaimer here, what the vote is that I want to have happen here. AT&T has a plan that's 8 gigabytes a month, which comes out to $25 a month if you prepay for the whole year in advance, which is $300, okay? So prepay $300 in advance for a year of service and get 8 gigabytes of data a month, unlimited talk and text as well. Or just go month to month with T-Mobile's $25 a month plan for 5.5 gigabytes of data. So one of these you commit for a year, one of them it's month to month, but you get less. So, and this is also prepaid, right? So it doesn't come with many perks. It's a very, very straightforward basic plan. I am a heavy data user, and because I know I like AT&T's service, I am going with AT&T for this one. But now it's your turn to vote, and tell me, which would you choose? Prepaying for a year for more data, or paying month to month and get less? It is about buying in bulk here. Are we going to Costco or are we going to Target, you guys? So far, AT&T is in the lead here for the prepay in advance, 9 votes to 5. Edison Spazo, AT&T prepaid. That's right, Roy. I also agree with that. I said AT&T prepaid too, obviously. That's where my check is. That's what I voted for. I'll let this hang on for a few more seconds, maybe 30 or so more seconds, and highlight some comments. AT&T from John Dyer, Brandon Franco, 300, and no more bill for another year. Yeah, that's really nice, right? You just get a semi-large bill out of the way for an entire year. You don't have to worry about paying your cell phone bill for the rest of the year. That's really nice. T-Mobile for the win, though. I tried AT&T prepaid is faster. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, Cohen. I have no idea what that sentence is supposed to say. Try it again with maybe a comma and I might get it. Diversity saying T-Mobile. But AT&T is in the lead again, and I think AT&T is going to pull out the win here. So with 14 votes to 5, AT&T prepaid over T-Mobile prepaid for this $300 prepaid deal. I'm going to turn off auto refresh now, and we're going to move the counter. And this is the first time, or maybe the second time, that AT&T has officially been in the lead for this live stream. So AT&T is up 1.2 T-Mobile, and we got 4 more questions left. Let's do it. Michael Walker, hello. I've never seen you on my channel before. Thanks for hopping on. Also, Chalilo Duarte, sorry if I said that wrong. I haven't seen you before either. Thank you for coming to the channel, you guys. I always love seeing new faces. Okay, let's go over budget prepaid plans from the carriers. Normally, I would break these up into all the different budget plans, so it would be multiple questions, but I thought that would be a little bit too repetitive. So we're just going to do it in general. Do you want to do T-Mobile prepaid or AT&T prepaid? And these are different deals from the last question. So let's go over the budget plans from these carriers. So with AT&T prepaid, you get $30. It's $30 a month for 5 gigabytes, or $40 a month for 15 gigabytes of data, always unlimited talk and text. For T-Mobile, this is a true budget plan. I don't think T-Mobile's budget plans are budget, and I don't think they're worth it. So T-Mobile, $15 for 2.5 gigs, or $25 a month for 5.5 gigs. AT&T is just more expensive here, and T-Mobile is cheaper. And you don't get that much less with T-Mobile, so I'm going to go with T-Mobile for the budget prepaid plans. It looks like y'all in the comments are agreeing with me on that end too. So let's see what these results are. 3-2, 4-2. I'm surprised right off the bat that it's this close, and it's continuing to stay within 2 votes. That's intriguing. 7-4, T-Mobile, AT&T. 7-6. Okay, for prepaid, I'm a little shocked. I like it though. I like being shocked. Let's see. It's tied. I have to say that I definitely thought T-Mobile was going to smash this one. Let's see. Cohen says, I think if I use more data, I want AT&T budget option. Sure. Yeah, if you need more data than what T-Mobile offers, then AT&T is definitely the way to go. But when I think of budget plans, I don't think of anything more than $25 a month. So the fact that AT&T is trying to brand these as budget and they're 30 and above just does not work for me, unless you pay for that $300 in advance prepaid plan. That was our last question, but yeah, I just don't think AT&T has true budget plans, and so that's why I went with T-Mobile here, because I think just the price point is just a lot better. So we have T-Mobile for the win here, 11 votes to 9, and there's 60 of us on the live stream. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm seeing a lot of new names today, and that just warms my heart. Yes, Marco says yes in terms of budget. T-Mobile has the win here. And Alex Lopez, more data, better coverage equals a better deal with AT&T. Okay, I like the back and forth here. I like all of these different opinions. This is some things I don't think about on the spot, so thanks for pointing those out. T-Mobile has been consistently in the lead for this one for their budget plans, so I'm going to turn this off. And we're going to give the win to T-Mobile, which moves us back down to 0. Super exciting score sheet here, you guys. Let's move on to the next question. We have this question and 2 more questions after this. So now we get into the postpaid unlimited plans. Let's go for it here. My good friend, I like to shout out my good friend Brad. He hops on. I met Brad in college, and we're still terrific friends. Thank you for watching, Brad. Okay, so let's see. T-Mobile Essentials or AT&T Starter. So let's go over the details of these plans, okay? Essentials is the most basic plan you can get that's postpaid on T-Mobile's network, right? So it's $60 a month. You get 50 gigabytes of data to use each month. And you get a mobile hotspot that's only 3G speeds. And then you have SD streaming. So a decent plan, but kind of pricey. But I do like that you get 50 gigabytes of data. Let's go on to AT&T's plan. Oh, it's right here. Excuse me. AT&T Unlimited Starter. It's $5 more expensive. Unlimited talk and text, 5G access. Basically, they're all the same, except you don't get premium data here. So you don't get a set amount of data with AT&T's Starter where you do with Essentials. And that is where my vote is being directed at this point. If I'm going to be paying $60+ a month, I want a set amount of high-speed data, and T-Mobile offers that. AT&T doesn't. So I am voting T-Mobile here, strictly because of the data. If hypothetically I have coverage for both of them in my area, then I would go with T-Mobile for this plan. Let's see what the results say. Let's see what you guys have to say. AT&T 6-4. Tell me, AT&T peeps, why you voted AT&T. Maybe there is something I'm missing, and I would love to hear it. Slogan Mike includes HBO Max. I'm not sure if it includes HBO Max. I have to double check. Yeah, Unlimited Starter does not include HBO Max. Neither, and Netflix does not come with T-Mobile's Starter Essentials plan either. Let's see where we're at here. T-Mobile Essentials or Starter. We're tied 7-7. Adrian says T-Mobile because it's cheaper. Yep, that's always a good place to start is the cost. T-Mobile because Essentials is unlimited. Technically, Starter is unlimited as well. They're all unlimited. It's just a matter of when your data potentially gets throttled. With AT&T, that's from the beginning. If the network is congested, AT&T will throttle you from the beginning. With T-Mobile, it will happen after 50 gigabytes. Sin City J says AT&T gives you the best data and network experience, hands down. I have never experienced throttling on Elite. Well, we're not too elite yet, sir. We're on only Essentials and Starter. You guys are jumping the gun. I'm going to need someone to break this tie. Otherwise, I'm going to keep the counter where it's at, and I really don't want to do that. I want each of these to have a winner. Evan, it doesn't have priority data if you look at the fine print. Maybe you're right. It just says right here, premium data comes with 50. And when they updated Magenta Max, you guys, they updated the rest of these plans, right? So when Magenta Max went unlimited, never slowed down, it kind of did a trickle down of data. So I think Essentials now actually does have a set amount of premium data. It's a somewhat new change. But let me go back to, you guys suck. I'm going to count down from 30. And there's a few more people hopped on, so I'm going to copy the link and have you guys, if you guys are new and can't find the link for this one, let's put a vote in there. I'm going to count down from 30 in my head, and I'm going to shut off the counter after 30 seconds. And fine print set it. I think maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot, but I think it's still I think it's 50 gigabytes of data because of the new updates. I could be wrong though, so just take that with a grain of salt. I don't think I'm wrong, but I could be. Drew Romero says, I think AT&T is better because it gives you faster speeds. I feel like T-Mobile is slower in the daytime, even when you haven't gone over 50. That's a great point of view. Thank you for sharing that. Let's see. AT&T is definitely premium compared to T-Mobile. Yeah, I think you guys are just going for network here over anything else, which is, I appreciate that. And I said I'd count down from 30. 30 seconds has definitely passed. I think I've given everybody more than enough time to get another vote in or two. So I'm closing it down. And we're saying AT&T won out here, Starter over Essentials. I'm a little bit shocked at that, but I'm all for it because I'm an AT&T stan. So let's move the counter, shall we? To one more to AT&T. And AT&T back in the lead, +1 over T-Mobile. So would you rather? AT&T is in the lead. And we have 2 more questions left. So I guess technically this could end in a tie. And if it ends in a tie, then I'm going to have to think of another question to break the tie. But we're not there yet. So if it gets to that point, we'll figure it out. This next one is T-Mobile Magenta or AT&T Extra. Let's go over them individually, shall we? AT&T Extra, or right here, $75 a month per line. unlimited talk, text, and data plus 50 gigabytes of premium data. After 50, your speed's slow. Obviously, 5G access, talk and text Canada, Mexico is unlimited. Unlimited texting to 120 countries from the US. And this is the thing here that I really love is the 15 gigabyte hotspot. Now let's check out T-Mobile Magenta. T-Mobile Magenta is $5 cheaper. So the price point isn't huge, but if you're pinching pennies, if $5 makes a big difference to you, then this cost difference might be the difference in which of these you choose. But unlimited talk and text, obviously, these all do. 5G network, 4G, yes, you have that. 100 gigabytes of data to use. You also at this point get a Netflix plan for 1 line or 2 if you have 2 lines. Oh, sorry. My bad, you guys. You get a Netflix with 2 lines. So you don't get anything with only 1 line on Magenta. And then you get a 5 gigabyte hotspot and unlimited 3G after that. And this is where it starts to go downhill for me. The needing to have 2 lines for a Netflix account and only getting 5 gigabytes of a hotspot. This is where T-Mobile starts to lose me here. So I'm going to say AT&T Extra over T-Mobile Magenta. And I'll show the results. Some of you guys are mad at me for moving AT&T and T-Mobile back and forth in the options. Sorry, I didn't want you guys to just be able to click the same one over and over. I wanted you to like read it first, you know? Okay, let's see. AT&T 11 votes to 8. So it looks like AT&T is going to pull ahead here. I'd be shocked if T-Mobile Magenta made it above AT&T at this point, but we shall see. 12 votes to 8. AT&T is still in the lead. Edison is saying Extra for sure. Adrian is saying Magenta because it's cheaper. It has more priority data. Yeah, but 50 gigabytes with AT&T is quite a bit of data. I would be very shocked if any of you used over 100, which Magenta offers. Let's see. And AT&T is still in the lead with 22 votes. That's about how many votes we've been getting today. So I'm going to stop the... Whoa, we got one more. And AT&T is still pulling ahead. So I'm going to shut off the refresh. And we're going to call it AT&T for the win here, which means that there isn't going to be a tie, that AT&T will officially win this whole live stream as for Would You Rather, which means they officially are the best in our series of Would You Rather. But let's do the last question. Once and for all, the last question, T-Mobile Magenta Max or AT&T Unlimited Elite, which plan would you choose? Let's go over the details. This is the last one, you guys, and then it'll probably be about a 45-minute live stream. Thank you guys for all hanging on. I appreciate it. So AT&T Elite, $85 a line. So as far as cell phone plans go, it's pretty expensive. It's definitely not cheap, especially for 1 line. Great things about this plan, 100 gigabytes of premium data. Perfect. I also have this plan and I can testify that it is awesome. 5G access included. Everything else you get with the other plans, the only differences here are bigger hotspot, 30 gigabyte hotspot allotment, and HBO Max included. And the HBO Max and the 30 gigabyte hotspot have my heart. That makes me stoked on this plan. If we look at Magenta Max, it's the same cost as AT&T Elite. They say they have a truly unlimited, full unlimited high-speed data plan. However, I have heard that's not necessarily the case. I've heard some people on Magenta Max, their speeds have been slowed down, have been throttled. It's not truly unlimited. But I don't know. I haven't tested it out yet, so I can't say for sure. That's hearsay. With this plan, you do get Netflix, whether you have 1 line or 2 lines, you get Netflix with this plan automatically. And you get a 40 gigabyte hotspot allotment, which is crazy. That is a lot of hotspot. And then up to 4K streaming. So very, very similar plans, same price point, just a little bit of differences in the amount of premium data you get. I'm still going to say AT&T because I'd rather have HBO Max over Netflix along with AT&T's service over T-Mobile's. So I am voting AT&T for that reason. And I didn't share it with you guys yet. Shoot, sorry. I thought, why has nobody voted yet? Because I am slow to send the link in. So I just put the link in there. Throw in your votes. Otherwise, I guess I'll just, there we go. 1-1 T-Mobile to AT&T. I'm going to pause my talking for a second, let you guys vote while I take a look at these comments to see if I missed anything. So many people in here are talking Sprint. I haven't talked about Sprint in ages. I can't believe some of y'all are still talking about it, but to each their own. I'm happy for you guys talking Sprint in the chat. Always stoked on side conversations. Okay. AT&T coming out in the lead, 8 votes to 7 for AT&T Elite over Magenta Max. Again, the benefits of Magenta Max over Elite. It's a truly unlimited plan. You get 40 gigabytes of a hotspot over AT&T's 30, and AT&T offers 100 gigabytes of premium data. And then it's just a difference between HBO Max for AT&T and Netflix for T-Mobile. Thomas Aguilar, Sprint who? Exactly. That's exactly my question. I don't even remember. Alex says, I'm voting for Elite. The discounts on AT&T are S tier. I'm 27. I signed up for an AARP membership. I got a waived activation fee and discount on my plan, whereas Magenta Max feels fishy. I'm with you there on Magenta Max. Edison Swazo says AT&T as well. AT&T coming out in the lead, 12 votes to 7. I'll wait for a little bit longer, but I don't think T-Mobile's pulling ahead here. So unless somebody in the last few seconds wants to vote, I'll copy the link in again because the chat's blowing up. You guys are awesome. I'm going to say AT&T pulls out ahead here. Oh, and there is one more question. I'll keep this open while I start another question, and we'll check it. But I just wanted to do a question that was just straight up T-Mobile or AT&T. So let me get it ready. And you guys can keep yourselves entertained while I get this ready. Cool. Let's check out the last poll one more time to see. AT&T is still in the lead, so I'm going to stop the auto refresh there, and we're going to move it up to 3. AT&T is in the lead, up 3 from T-Mobile. T-Mobile's not going to come back from this, but I thought it might be fun to just do one more question. Just overall, who do you prefer, AT&T or T-Mobile? We all know what I'm going to say. I'm interested in what you guys are going to say. This is for all of the money in the pot. This is it. It's the official, like, would you rather. Whoever wins this wins the whole thing. So I think it would be fun just to have this very generic would you rather question. AT&T or T-Mobile? I don't want to vote yet because I want to see what everyone else, I want everyone to get time to put their vote in before I do because I don't want to influence anybody's vote. I think this is enough time for me to just dilly-dally, and now I'm going to vote AT&T. I think that's I think if you guys know me, you know my channel, you know I'm going to vote AT&T. Whoa! I'm so shocked. See, this is the thing that I'm shocked about is that question by question, AT&T is officially in the lead, right? Like if we look at the counter, AT&T has won more of these questions. But then on like an overall scale, you guys are voting for T-Mobile, which I'm confused about. But we'll see. I'll let it go a little bit longer. We've been averaging about, 23 or 25 votes. So I'm going to wait until we get higher to that before I stop the count because I'm intrigued to see how it changes. T-Mobile in the lead, 9-8. I don't know what I'm going to do if T-Mobile wins this overall. I think I'm still going to go with the counter because it's more, it envelops it more overall versus just like a very simple question. But I'm going to highlight some of your guys' comments and then we'll wait until more people vote here because I think I just want more people to have the option to vote. So the YouTube experiment says AT&T. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to highlight this, but thank you for commenting. I meant to highlight Edison's, AT&T, and then Cohen's. This is no brainer, T-Mobile, and putting everything in the pot. You're going with T-Mobile, okay? T-Mobile is winning 10-8. Everyone in the chat says T-Mobile too. Brad Kinzel says T-Mobile has better everyday man plans versus AT&T. High-end plans are not most commonly chosen. Brad, you should come work for Whistle Out. You have great answers. AT&T for the win. I don't know why you keep saying Chernobyl. Chernobyl doesn't compare. Are you saying that T-Mobile is Chernobyl? I'm not. I have been seeing you comment that, but I don't know what you mean. I'll wait for a little bit longer, see if we get a few more votes in here. I'll drop the link in there one more time. There are 75 of us watching and only 19 of us have voted. Okay, so I'm going to need a little bit more participation, friends. 10 to 10. JR Cohen, what's my next video about? My next video I have publishing tomorrow is about the best budget 5G phones, which ones to avoid, which ones to get, and which ones to wait for. And then also I am doing a review of Good to Go Mobile this week. So those are my two videos that I am publishing this week. So you can stay tuned for those. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Marco, punk, the winner is Verizon. Not here, it's not. Brad Kinzel, never Verizon. We have a tie, AT&T 12-12. If it's a tie, I'm not moving the counter. And I did say I wanted to wait for about 24 to 25 votes, and now T-Mobile is in the lead. Mike Merrifield, AT&T is the choice. There is no comparison. I don't know if there is. There apparently is a comparison, Mike, because it keeps going back and forth. I feel like this could go on forever, just like one beats out the other and one beats out the other. So I'm going to pause it here. This is the most votes we've had the whole live stream. And I think this is where it ends. And I'm going to hold it here and to kind of talk about how substantial this is, that it's a tie, right? So if we look back at the score sheet, we have AT&T in the lead. AT&T won more of the questions than T-Mobile. There was 15 questions. AT&T pulled out about +3 over T-Mobile. So obviously there's more benefits or perks to AT&T that we like more than T-Mobile. However, it looks like overall you guys can't make up your minds about which one you like more, even though it seems that individually the choices and the questions we went over, AT&T won out. But I'm going to be posting a poll on Twitter and on YouTube community. So if you want to vote, but you didn't want to put it in this, you didn't want to open the straw poll link, but you wanted to give your opinion, I'll be dropping a poll on YouTube and Twitter for you guys to check out as well. Again, if you haven't yet, sign up for the Whistle Out Dream Job. We launched it last week. We're going to pay someone $1,500 to go explore their state, and we're going to give you a smartphone of your choice. And it really is a job. It's not going to be random. We're going to read through these applications and choose the best person for the job. Whoever we choose has to file a W-9, I think it is. So it's really is a job. But you're going to get $1,500 and a smartphone of your choice. And you can check out that video in my recent uploads on the channel. But that's it today. AT&T has officially won out of the Would You Rather competition. It has won over Verizon and it won over T-Mobile. And so if anybody had any question here about which was better or would you rather, most people say they would rather AT&T. And I would just like to mic drop because I use AT&T and I'm stoked on that result. So that is it for today. Come back next week. I'm not quite sure what next week's live will be, but stay tuned to the community page. I'll put some info on there so you can see what I'll be talking about next week. That's it. Thanks for joining, guys. See you later.